Level 1. The first time at Old Trafford, you're 7 years old and your grandfather is taking you to your very first football match. Not on a screen, not on a console. The real thing. Old Trafford. On the train, he keeps checking his pocket again and again. 2 tickets. Still there. He checks them like they might grow legs and walk off without him. You don't get why he is so nervous. To you, they're just tickets. To him, there's something else entirely. Before you even go inside, he stops, points at a statue outside the stadium. His voice changes. He tells you about 1958. About Munich, about a plane, about names that never made it home. You're too young to feel the full weight of it, but you notice one thing. His voice gets quieter, and somehow, that makes the whole stadium feel bigger. Then you walk in. The stands are packed, scarves everywhere, noise everywhere, shoulders pressed against shoulders. You're too short to see over the crowd. Then a stranger in front of you turns around. A big man. The kind of man who looks like he has been standing in that exact spot since before you were born. He steps aside. Stand here, little man. So you squeeze up to the railing, palms sweating, fingers wrapped around your scarf like it is the only thing keeping you on the ground. Then, the 63rd minute. A winger picks up the ball near the touchline. One defender comes in. Gone. A second defender comes in. Gone. He cuts inside, shoots low, through the keeper's legs into the net, and Old Trafford silvery, explodes. Not cheering, not noise, an explosion. Your grandfather throws his scarf over his head and screams, actually screams. This quiet man, the one who barely raises his voice even when he is angry. You just stare at him, because for the first time, you understand something. Football does something to people. It opens a door inside them. After the final whistle, everyone drifts toward the station, a slow river of red scarves and tired, happy voices. Your grandfather won't stop talking. He describes the goal again, then again, then again, like saying it one more time might make it happen one more time. On the train home, he suddenly takes off his own scarf. Faded, washed 100 times, edges worn thin. He puts it in your hands. This one suits you better than the new one. You don't understand what that means. Not yet, but you hold on to it the whole way home. That night, you dig out the old flat football nobody uses anymore. You stand in the hallway, pass it against the wall, again and again and again. You lose count. One kick chips a piece of paint off the wall. A little piece falls away. Red brick underneath. Your mother walks out. You freeze. This is the part where you expect trouble. She doesn't shout. She just takes out her phone, takes a photo of the broken wall, saves it. At the time you think she is collecting evidence. Years later you'll understand. She already knew. That was the first mark football left on your life. Level 2. The boy on the edge of the team. You're 9. You join the local youth team. The coach is a taxi driver, works all day, trains kids for free in the evening. The pitch is public. The grass grows in every direction except the right one. One goal net has a hole in it. Nobody fixes it. Of course nobody fixes it. This is community football. Your first small-sided match happens, and you sit. Then you sit some more. There is another boy on the team. Faster than you, sharper, more confident. Whenever the coach needs someone, his name gets called first. You count your minutes. 2 appearances, 11 minutes total, and one of them only happens because another kid gets cramp. Not exactly a Hollywood entrance. You don't complain on the walk home. You act normal. Then you get to your room and throw your bag on the floor as hard as you can. 3 months later, after training, the coach keeps you back. Crouches down so he is looking you in the eye. No pep talk. No believe in yourself. He tells you the actual problem when you pass. You only look at your teammates' feet, never at where the defenders are standing. That habit is killing your passing. Worst on the team, brutal, but useful. For the next 2 weeks, look up first, find the space, then play the ball. So you try. And at first, you get sooty worsey. You hesitate. You pass late. You pass short. One time you pass it straight to the other team. A teammate snaps at you. Your face burns. For a second, the bench starts looking pretty safe, but you keep going. Week 3, week 4, week 5. Then, in a training match, it happens. You lift your head. You see the gap. You thread the pass, assist. A few minutes later, you do it again. The coach doesn't celebrate, doesn't make a speech. After training, he just moves your name higher up the list. You check it twice, just to be sure he didn't make a mistake. That season, your team reaches the city semifinal. Before the final, you cut inside with the ball and your ankle rolls badly, swells until you can't get your boot on. You miss the final. You sit on the sideline and watch your team lose 1-0. The boy who always ran ahead of you runs until he cramps. And that day, you learn something. Getting to Sibley, it is another. Level 3. The regional trial, you're 13. You've played community football for 4 years. A part-time scout watches you, not once, not twice, 3 3 matches. After the third, he doesn't come straight to you. He talks to your mother first, for almost 20 minutes. That is how you know this is serious. Then he hands over the invitation. A 10-day trial. Manchester United Academy. 35 boys show up, all from clubs within 100 kilometers. Only 6 will stay. And they tell you that on day 1, no sugarcoating, no inspirational poster version. 35 in, 6 out. Good luck, kids. Day 3, the coaches move you to a position you've never played. Right back. They say they want to see how you handle being uncomfortable, which is a polite way of saying, let's ruin your day a little. A winger runs at you, beats you once. Then again. Then, a third time. The coach stands there. No expression. Just writes something in his notebook. Could be interesting. Could be send him home. That night in the dorm, your roommate Marcus calls home crying. Says he wants to leave. You hear it all. Say nothing. Just turn up your headphones. Because you're scared too. You just don't want your fear to have a microphone. On day 7, Marcus's bag is packed by the door. He wasn't cut. He asked to leave. Says he misses home so badly he can't eat. That same day, right back again. Same winger, same side. But this time, you adjust. Different angle, half a step deeper. You cut off his first move before it even starts. He doesn't beat you once. Not a single time. And this time, the coach writes in his notebook longer than before. Final day, 6 names get called. Yours is 5th. You're in. You call your grandfather. He is silent for 2 seconds. If your grandmother were still here, she'd be knitting you a new scarf. And suddenly, the trial feels bigger than football. Level 4. The gap inside the academy. 15 years old. 2 years into the academy. Your whole life runs on a schedule now. Wake up Lodan Arshafin. Training 5 days a week. Study hall until 9. Home every 2 weeks. And every time you go home, your mother makes the exact same dish you loved as a kid. Every single time. No speeches. No pressure. Just food. Which, honestly, is one of the purest forms of love there is. The academy brings in a data tracking system. After every session, a report. Sprint speed, reaction time, total distance covered, every number ranked, posted right outside the changing room. 18 players in your squad. You usually sit 9th, 10th, 11th. Not the top, not the bottom. Stuck in the middle. And somehow, that is worse. When you're last, at least the problem is obvious. When you're in the middle, you live in a fog. Good enough to stay, never quite good enough to feel safe. There is a kid named Ethan, always first on the list. His talent is obvious before he even touches the ball. The coaches mention his name more than anyone else's. You don't hate him. You don't even really envy him. But after training, you stay out an extra 30 minutes. Every day, you never tell a soul. Then comes the internal match. You misjudge a defensive situation. One step too far inside. The striker runs through. One-on-one. Goal in the video review. The coach slows it down 3 times over. Frame by frame. There you are. Frozen on the screen. Wrong position. Wrong angle. Wrong step. 18 teammates. All watching. You sit in the back row. Ears burning. Say nothing. First one out of the room when it is over. That night you skip dinner. Go back to the empty pitch. Practice crosses alone. Again and again. Until security tells you the lights have to go off. And that is the part nobody puts in the highlight reel. Not the goal. Not the celebration. The night you learn how to survive being embarrassed. Level 5. The professional contract. 17 years old. Inside the academy, everyone knows the numbers. Roughly 1/3 of the U18 group might get a professional deal. The rest get loaned out, released, or quietly emailed that the dream is moving on without them. The club never says this out loud, but every player already knows it by heart. You get called into the head coach's office. Palms sweating the whole walk there. He doesn't drag it out. We want you. 3 words your brain refuses to translate them for a full 2 seconds. Then it lands. Your first professional contract. 2 years. Not huge money, but enough to rent a small apartment. Enough to stop depending on your family for everything. Enough for football to stop being just a dream and start being your job. The signing is simple. A staff member hands you a shirt with your number on it. 39. Not exactly a superstar number. Not the kind kids print on their shirts yet, but you hang it in your wardrobe like it belongs in a museum. You tell Ethan first. He hasn't signed yet. He just pats your shoulder. You've gone up first. Don't forget me. You remember that sentence for years, because football gives you moments of pure joy, but it also teaches you exactly how complicated joy can feel. Level 6. Waiting on the bench. 19 years old. You start training with the first team, and everything changes at once. The speed, the strength, the sharpness, the noise. Same sport. Feels like someone quietly cranked up the difficulty without asking you. In one drill, a senior defender clatters into you shoulder to shoulder. You go down hard. He reaches out, pulls you up, smiles. Welcome to this level, not said cruelly, but your body gets the message loud and clear. The dressing room is different too. Nobody babies you. Nobody bullies you. You're just the youngest. So you carry the water bottles, collect the training bibs, do the small jobs. You don't feel insulted. You understand. This is just the order of things. That season, during a Europa League week, international call-ups leave the first team short. The manager slots you into the 18-man squad. Real stadium, real noise. You try to look calm. You are not calm. 81st minute. The call comes. You're going on. 9 minutes. That is all you get. 6 touches. 0 mistakes. No big chances either. Afterward, the stats say you had the fewest touches of anyone on the pitch, but also 100% passing accuracy. The coach doesn't mention the number. He just walks past and taps the back of your head. No speech, no movie music, but to you, it feels like a sentence being handed down. You can survive here. Level 7. The first goal, 21 years old. You start in a League Cup match against a lower division side. Your mother takes the day off, drives 2 hours to watch, sits in row 14. Around her neck, the old scarf your grandfather gave you. Same faded fabric, same worn edges. 54th minute. Your team clears a corner. The ball drops to your feet, 30 meters out. You don't overthink it, which is a good thing, because if you'd had time to think, you probably would have talked yourself out of it. You hit it first time. The ball bends through the air, past everyone into the corner. The keeper doesn't even move. Goal, your teammates pile on top of you. You disappear under bodies, laughing so hard you can't speak. But the first image in your head isn't the goal, isn't the stadium. It is the hallway wall, the patch of paint you chipped off at 7 years old. After the match, you run to the stand, pull off the boot that scored the goal, pass it through the barrier to your mother. She freezes for a second, then takes it. And just like that, a dirty football boot becomes a family treasure. Level 8. The trusted rotation player, 24 years old. You're a regular part of the first team squad now. 28 appearances that season. 19 starts. 5 goals. 4 assists. You're not the young player filling a gap anymore. You're part of the manager's rotation. Someone he can trust. Newer players start calling you senior. Feels deeply wrong. In your head, you're still the kid terrified of passing straight to the other team. The club finishes 4th. Champions League qualification. Then an Italian club shows interest. A sporting director calls your agent. You go home. Tell your grandfather. He thinks for a long time. You decide. Just remember where you came from. You end up signing a 3-year extension. No big emotional interview. No dramatic loyalty speech. Privately, you tell your agent the truth. You're not ready to leave that dressing room. Ethan's there. The memories are there. And somehow, that stranger who lifted you up to the railing at your very first match, he is still around too. Older, louder. Still convinced every referee has personally offended his family. You don't say any of that in interviews, but you know exactly why you stayed. Some places are more than workplaces. Some places remember you before you were useful to anyone. Level 9. The national team and the peak, 27 years old. For the first time, the national team manager puts your name in the squad. Your debut is a friendly, not a final, not a movie moment. 70th minute. You come on, 20 minutes. No goal, no assist, no viral clip, but you wear the shirt. You make your debut. That night, you call your grandfather. For the first time you can remember, he cries on the phone. 2 years later, you're a regular for your country. You go to a major tournament. Second group match. You start 82 minutes. 1 assist, the winning goal. Afterward, in the mixed zone, a reporter asks how you feel. You think for a moment, I just did what I've been practicing for years. Sounds simple, almost too simple, but that is the truth. Most dreams don't arrive as magic. They arrive as repetition. One more pass, one more scan, one more cross under bad lights after everyone else has already gone inside. That same year, you win a domestic cup with Manchester United. After the ceremony, you call your grandfather. He doesn't say much, just tells you to lift the trophy, says he wants to horny how the stadium. So you raise the cup, hold the phone out, let the sound travel through. The cheers, the singing, the noise. The same kind of noise you heard when you were 7 years old, when a winger scored in the 63rd minute, when your grandfather lifted his scarf over his head and screamed, when football first opened a door inside you and never quite closed it again. You don't hang up, you just stand there for a long time, because sometimes the dream isn't just reaching the top. Sometimes the dream is having the right person there to hear it with you.